Hi, Steph. This is Elaine's mother. I have something to ask you.
Hi, Mrs. Carson. Sure, what is it?
Sorry to message you this late at night. Elaine hasn't come home yet. You went with her to play by the river today with the others. She's still with you, right?
We said bye to each other a while ago. Elaine left us before it was dark.
What? In the evening? Then do you know where she went? Did she say that she was going to meet up with other friends?
Nope, I don't know anything.
Do you remember exactly what time she left?
I can't say for sure what time she left, but probably around 5? We all left soon after her. I don't know what happened to her after that.
Is that so? She's never come home late before. This is the first time that she is out past curfew. I'm worried, so if you remember anything, any detail at all, could you please let me know?
Sure, will do.
Thank you so much. Sorry for messaging you so many times. I contacted most of Elaine's classmates, but no one seems to know where she went. I'm thinking that I need to go to the police and report her as missing. Could you tell me the exact location where you guys went?
Huh? The police? Isn't that a bit much? She's only been gone for a few hours. She's probably just chilling somewhere.
About that. My husband went to look for her by the river. We found her phone by the bridge. We're scared that she might have fallen into the river.
So you're going to tell the police about us too? My parents will be shocked and furious if you do. You're making it sound like I had something to do with all this.
If the police do end up going to your place, all you need to do is answer their questions truthfully. Could you cooperate with us? Elaine doesn't have her phone. That thing is usually permanently attached to her hand. Something must have went wrong if she doesn't have her phone.
That might be true, but to go to the police? That's a bit dramatic. If you cause a big scene, wouldn't it make it hard for Elaine to come home? That would be so embarrassing. Just wait a bit. I'll ask around. Hey, Mrs. Carson? Did you read my message?
Oh, sorry. I'm getting a call from my husband. I'll get back to you soon. Again, sorry for doing this so late at night. Good morning. Can I talk to you for a second?
What? It's still only 8 a.m. Today's a Jewish holiday. There's no school today, so I want to sleep a little more.
We found Elaine yesterday.
Seriously? That's great. I told you she probably just went somewhere. Where did she go? Did she say?
We found her half a mile from the bridge where we found her phone. Almost at the end of the river. My husband found her when I was texting with you yesterday night.
Oh, really? She was by the river this whole time? No way.
Seems like she fell into the river and was swept away, but thankfully she was able to get to a spot where the current wasn't so rough. When they found her, she was suffering from hypothermia, and she was in and out of consciousness. She was rushed to the hospital right away, and the doctor said that her life isn't in danger and she will make a full recovery. Elaine just regained her consciousness too.
Oh, really? Did she say anything?
Say anything? What do you mean?
Nothing. If she didn't say anything, then it's fine.
Is there anything that you need to say?
Not really.
Why don't you try being honest? You do have something that you need to tell me, don't you? It was you who pushed Elaine into the river, wasn't it? You wouldn't want Elaine to say that, right?
What are you talking about, Mrs. Carson? I would never do anything like that. What are you trying to accuse me of doing?
Accuse you? Elaine said it herself. You told Elaine to jump off that bridge. And when she refused, you pushed her off it, right?
What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Elaine is lying to you.
Why would Elaine lie to me? I heard it from the other friends too. They all said the same thing. Are they all lying? The people that were at the river with you saw you push Elaine into the river. They are willing to testify.
What? That's unbelievable. Everyone is talking bad about me. They have it out for me and for no reason, too. That makes me so sad.
Stop playing around, Stephanie. Everyone got scared of you after you pushed Elaine into the river. They all left you. You also threatened them and told them not to tell anyone.
I told you, I have nothing to do with this.
One of the people that were there took a video of what you did. I have all the evidence that I need.
Ugh, I didn't do it to hurt her.
Then explain yourself. What were you thinking when you pushed her?
We were all just playing around. As a test of courage, we went to that bridge. Everyone else jumped off of it. Only Elaine refused to. We all said that we would do it and she was bringing the spirit down. Everyone was going to hate her for being a spoilsport. So I did her a favor and helped her out.
Elaine is afraid of heights. She can't stand tall places. She didn't want to do it. She told you that, but you still forced her. That's not right at all.
She was the one that broke the promise. It's her fault. She shouldn't even have come to the river if she sucked at swimming.
Stephanie, why are you always picking on Elaine? You're always doing something to make her feel bad. Yesterday was no exception when you invited everyone to the river. If Stephanie didn't go, you would have made her regret it. You would have bullied her. You only pretended to be her friend.
Ugh, look here, Mrs. Carson. Of course I did that. Why do I have to even be friends with her? I'm super popular, you know? Everyone loves me, including the teachers. Elaine, on the other hand, is ugly and stupid. We shouldn't be friends. Our levels are totally different.
Is that the way you think of Elaine? You treat her so badly. Do you hate her that much? To the point of pushing her off a bridge?
I'm just saying the truth like you said. Mrs. Carson, do you understand school caste? A perfect person like me is on the top of the caste system, and a girl like Elaine is way at the bottom. No one worries about someone at Elaine's level. She isn't worth anything. No one will even care if she is gone.
Listen, Stephanie. It doesn't matter how popular you are. Your life at school doesn't apply to the outside world. What you did is illegal and criminal. We have to press charges. Are you going to take responsibility for your actions?
What? Don't be annoying. What responsibility?
Elaine could have died if we didn't find her. What you did was a crime. This is very serious.
She's alive, isn't she?
Even if she is alive, a crime is a crime. You've taken it beyond schoolyard bullying, and you won't be able to talk yourself out of this one. You should really consider your actions and how you made us feel.
Oh God, are you really lecturing me right now? You should stop. It's making you look bad. The parent of a low-level child makes you low-level too. I don't have to listen to you. I should let you know that my daddy is the boss of a big company. Whatever you want to do can't hurt me. It won't even make me itch.
Oh my goodness. I was trying to be nice because you're still a child, but your personality is truly rotten.
Why are you even getting angry? I thought you were supposed to be an adult.
Stephanie, you seem to think that your status at school and your parents' status is everything. You think that your position is better than Elaine's, but that might only be in your tiny little pond. The world is a much bigger place than that. Positions change.
It doesn't matter what you say. I'm not listening. Don't make me repeat myself. You're so annoying. I've had enough of this. I'm just going to block you. Bye-bye.
Fine, I see how it is. Don't regret it.
Mrs. Carson.
What is it? I thought you blocked me.
My dad told me to contact you. You told my dad all about this?
I couldn't get through to you, so I contacted your parents after you blocked me. You showed no remorse for your actions. Not only that, but your thinking process is all wrong. So I had no choice but to contact your father. He said that he will make you understand what you did and hold you responsible. Your father must have been really angry at you.
It was the first time my daddy talked to me like that. He was so angry. He has never yelled at me before. I actually got a little scared. By the way, is what he said true? That my daddy gets most of his business from your husband's company?
Yes, that's right. They call that subcontracting. Your father and Elaine's father do business together.
Is it also true that Elaine's father is in a higher position than my daddy? That's a lie, right? There's no way that can be true. Why is her father better than mine? That's impossible. That's not the way the world should be.
In reality, people aren't above or below each other. We are all equal, and we all have the same rights. But for businesses, there is a side that gives order and takes order. Unfortunately, the side that gives the orders are in a better position than the one that relies on taking orders. I think what you did caused a strain in the business dealings of the fathers. If my husband stops contracting your father's company, your father's business is going to go under. There might even be talks of bankruptcy. That's going to have a big impact on your lifestyle.
Bankrupt? You're exaggerating again. My father's company can't go under that easily.
It's true that companies don't fall that easily. But my husband's business is the biggest contract that your father has. Their business figures are in numbers that you can never even imagine. If your father lost that, he will be losing most of his profit. It would probably put him out of business.
But they can't just stop working together. My daddy will still get those contracts, wouldn't he? It would be bad if they stopped doing business just because of this. That's mixing private life with business life. That's illegal.
I don't think you have any idea what you're talking about. Having a good impression is really important in business. A company with a good image will have trust and more business. And it isn't only the boss that affects this image. Everyone involved in the company, including employees and families, contribute to this image. That means you too. You are a representative of your father's company, whether you like it or not.
But I have nothing to do with the business. I'm just a little girl.
Unfortunately, you do. Real-world society associates you with your father's company. It doesn't matter what age you are. And now your actions have ruined the good image that your father worked so hard to achieve.
No, I didn't. Don't say that. It's not my fault. Stop blaming me. I didn't think all this would happen. Why didn't someone tell me? Someone should have said something.
Are you talking about your father and my husband? Well, that's the adult world. We thought everything was going well. We only wanted the children to get along, and we felt that knowing all of this might affect your relationship. But we also didn't think that something like this could happen.
Don't take away business from my father. I'm going to stop doing things to Elaine.
You better apologize and change your ways. If you can do that, we can lessen the punishment.
Lessen the what? You're not just going to forgive me? I'll apologize, so just forget it.
If apologies fixed everything, we wouldn't need police or the court system. There are some things when words aren't enough. As a middle schooler, you should have known that by now.
I didn't know.
You can't act like a child and feign ignorance. Ignorance of the law can't save you now. I suggest that you pay better attention at school. We had already made our case to the police. It's too late. Everything is out of our hands now.
You can't just leave me after saying all those scary things. You're being so mean. What am I supposed to do now? My daddy will get angry at me again.
It was my duty to show you what the real world is like. If you didn't learn about it now, I would be scared for your future as an adult. But I might even be too late teaching you this lesson. Accept the consequences of your actions and broaden your view of the world. My husband ended the contract with Stephanie's father's company. It wasn't long before the company went under. We pressed charges on Stephanie, and she was found guilty of all her crimes. Stephanie was sent to a juvenile detention center. But even after all that, Stephanie still didn't apologize. She only kept making excuses for herself. Her behavior amazed all of us until the end. After Stephanie's sentencing, her father was more strict with her and even refused to go see her in the detention center. The once-adored Stephanie, who was on top of her caste system, couldn't take care of herself in the center. Even though she is only a teen, time spent there aged her. It damaged her sleek hair and ruined her skin. After spending 3 years in the detention center, Stephanie was let out. We heard that her father had started a new business, but his relationship with his daughter never mended. Their once loving home had gone cold. I also heard that Stephanie can't even look at her parents, and that she doesn't come out of her room anymore. On the other hand, Elaine joined the theater club in high school. She made new and real friends in that club and finally knows the true meaning of friendship. She looks like she is enjoying herself every day and looks forward to going to school. She is still a bit traumatized from what happened 3 years ago. We do our best to keep her mind off of it by taking her out or on trips. Overall, just trying to make her happy. We want her to meet new people and let her see the world beyond her small circle. We want her to know that there is a life and a society beyond her school. Have you finished yet? I want to hear how the job hunt is going.
I'm just finishing up now.
Great. I know you must be tired, but could you stop at a supermarket on your way home? I want to make hamburgers, but I don't have any beef. I really do have a sip for a brain. I can't remember a thing.
Sure, don't worry about it. I'll pick up a pack for you.
So, how was it today? Did it go well?
I suppose.
What do you mean by I suppose? You can give me a bit more than that. I don't know how it went unless you tell me. Did you find any good jobs?
They were okay, but not the best. I'm not feeling too confident about any which one of them. Honestly, though, I can't afford to be picky, so I'm probably going to apply for some. Beggars can't be choosers, can they?
What? Don't say that. You should be picky. Your future, our future, is at stake. You'll regret it if you don't research the jobs and know if they're really what you want. You could be screwed over if you get into a company that's about to cut its budgets and fire you within a year.
Don't say that.
Don't say what? Was that a bit harsh?
I mean, that exact thing happened to me. It's not a laughing matter when it actually happens to you. When I got my last job, I was fired within 6 months. It was such a waste of time and energy.
Yeah, sorry for being a bit insensitive. I know it was devastating for you. That does prove my point, though. You should really check out the company well before taking the job. Surely you want a secure job that'll support us in the long run?
Yeah, that would be best. But my hands are tied. I can't keep being unemployed. We can't afford that. I need to start working soon.
Don't worry about money, though. I know being unemployed sucks and does make things a bit tight, but we can make it on my salary alone. We really can. I have a little bit of savings we can use. We'll be fine. We just have to make a few cutbacks.
You really think so? I don't know, though. It feels wrong to take that money from you. It's your savings. I'm always relying on you for support. I need to do things on my own without your help.
You really think that you aren't independent? I don't think that's true at all.
It is true. Before we got married, I was just a happy-go-lucky guy. My last job was so unstable. Sure, it was cool to be a stuntman, but it wasn't something I could rely on forever.
It's not a bad thing to be a man who follows his dreams, Joe.
That's nice of you to say. But I really am just a happy-go-lucky guy who chases whatever thrill he can get. But I've got a family now. It's pathetic to be a man who can't support his family. I hate it.
I liked when you were a stuntman, though. You were so happy. But you were always one small slip away from a risky situation, so I was worried about you. So when you told me that you wanted to give it all up and get a secure job to support our family, I couldn't help but be happy about it. I'm sorry if I was part of the reason you chose to give up on your dream. Having to sacrifice your dreams for your family is rough.
No, not at all. I chose to quit my job by myself. It's not something you have to feel guilty for. It wasn't a job I could have done forever, so I would have had to quit at some time anyway. I really do want a safe job. I'm too old for that risky stuff.
Really? I know you'll do well with the job hunt. Do it for our little Ellie. She's cheering her daddy on, too.
I'll do my best. Speaking of Ellie, has her fever gone down?
Not yet. Her fever actually went up around lunchtime. She's in a bit of a daze at the moment. I hate seeing her like this.
She's had a fever all week, hasn't she? Is it not a bit strange?
The hospital said that it's just a cold, but you're right, it does seem strange. I don't know who to trust in these situations.
We could always try and take her to a different hospital for a second opinion. There's a big children's hospital near the university, isn't there? Why don't we try there?
Yeah, you're right. I'll try and take her there.
Let me know what they say when you've finished.
I will. Don't forget the beef. Joe, what are we going to do? The doctor just finished examining Ellie. They said she has a tumor. A tumor! The doctor told me that it might be cancerous.
Cancerous? Are you being serious right now?
I don't know the details yet, but I got a referral for another hospital. They said that it's a pediatric cancer specialist hospital, so they'll be able to examine it further and tell us more.
Pediatric cancer? This is an absolute nightmare. Our little Ellie has cancer?
The doctor couldn't diagnose it properly, but she said there's an 80% chance that it's cancer. What have we done to deserve this? Why is it happening to our Ellie? She's only 3 years old. 3 years old! Why?
I know. Calm down. If she goes to the specialist hospital, they'll treat her and she'll be fine. Cancer used to be a death sentence, but the times have changed. They can treat it now.
I suppose that's true. Doesn't stop me worrying, though. But admitting her into a hospital will cost a lot of money. We don't even have enough without having to pay for medical expenses, too.
I assume you're talking about the treatment fees? Do you know how much it will roughly cost?
I think we can get some government subsidies to lower the cost a bit. But even with those subsidies, the cost for transportation and accommodation will likely add up. The hospital she'll need to go to is really far from here.
What can we do, though? We need to visit her. I want to be with Ellie as much as possible.
Me too. I've looked into treatments. Recently, there is a promising new treatment with a high success rate. But it isn't covered by insurance, so it costs loads.
Even if it is expensive, if there's a higher likelihood that she'll recover, then I think we should try it. How much is it?
It depends on the length of the treatment, but I was told it's a minimum of about $40,000.
$40,000?
We definitely can't afford it at the moment. We're broke!
Yeah, I know.
What did Ellie ever do to deserve this? I'd switch places with her if I could. It's heartbreaking to think of her having to battle through cancer treatment.
I can't believe that it's happening right now, when I don't have a job. I'm sorry I'm such a waste of space. The fact is we're broke because of me. That's the bottom line.
Hey, neither of us is to blame. But we definitely have to do something. As parents, we need to act, not just complain about it all. Anyway, I'll go to the hospital tomorrow and get her examined. You should come too.
Did you finish at the hospital?
Joe! Why didn't you come home yesterday? You didn't call either. Where did you end up?
I'm sorry.
I went to the specialist hospital with Ellie alone. Ellie is sleeping like a log now because she had a lot of examinations.
And what were the results?
She has cancer, just like the hospital thought.
Oh, I can't believe it. This might come as a surprise to you, but I've been thinking about it for a while now, and I want a divorce.
Oh my god, what? You can't say something like that out of the blue! Joe, are you being serious? Someone's taking your phone, right? Who am I speaking to right now? This isn't funny.
No, it's me. It's Joe. Like I said, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I want a divorce.
Why would you joke around right now? Our Ellie just got diagnosed with cancer! What on earth are you thinking? Where were you yesterday? I was worried. What do you mean, I want a divorce? I just don't understand.
I'm sorry. I've just been thinking about what I want in the future. And I came to the decision that I want a divorce. I think it's best for both of us if we break up. I can't be with you any longer. I can't pay right now, but I will pay child support when I can. You won't be able to change my mind, though. I want a divorce.
Why are you throwing what we have away? How could you? Is it because Ellie has cancer? Are you really that weak of a man? Are you going to try and run away from your responsibilities? You're pathetic.
I know you must hate me. I sent the divorce papers to the house. Submit them once you filled them in.
Are you being serious right now? You really want a divorce?
How many times can I repeat it? Yeah, I want a divorce. You probably won't see me again. But Ellie's still young. She'll forget about me. It's best if you forget about me too.
I can't believe this. I don't know what happened, but this isn't like you at all. I thought we were solid. I stood by you through so much. Was our relationship really that weak? We need to talk about this. We can't end like this. We're both Ellie's parents, as a pair. You can't abandon Ellie now. You have to support your child.
I'm sorry. Goodbye.
No, don't go. Explain this to me. Talk to me. Joe! It's been 2 weeks since Ellie started radiation therapy. Her beautiful hair has completely fallen out. She's in a bad mood all the time these days, probably because of the treatment side effects. I think she's also feeling lonely. I want to be with her more, but I can't because of work and the transport cost. I figured I had nothing to lose by telling you what's been happening. Of course, you don't respond, though. Have you already forgotten about us?
I'm so sorry.
Joe? Finally, you reply! Where are you now? What are you doing?
It must be incredibly hard for you and Ellie. I'm sorry you're having to do this alone. But I'm not coming home. I don't have anything more to say to you.
Why on earth aren't you coming home? Is there really no chance you'll change your mind? Did you find somebody else? Did you want something that I wasn't giving you? Did I not satisfy you enough in the bedroom?
It's not that. I'm sorry.
Just tell me the reason instead of just saying, I'm sorry.
I don't know what you want me to say. All I can tell you is I'm sorry.
So that's it then? I'm not going to tell you anything from now on. That would make you happy, wouldn't it? I'm not going to be made a fool of anymore and keep clinging to the hope you'll change your mind. We're done. You'll never hear from me again. I can't take the stress of this. You've torn my heart out.
I know you don't agree, but it's for the best.
You know I'll never forgive you for this. I'm going to hate your guts forever.
I know. Hate me as much as you want.
Goodbye. Joe? What is this? I don't understand. What is all this?
Oh, so it got to you then.
Don't act surprised. What? How? How did you get that much money? It's a fortune. What am I supposed to do with all this money?
It's about $70,000 in total. Use it to go and see Ellie more often. Her treatment isn't covered by insurance, is it?
I can't just take this kind of money. We need to talk first. Where have you been for the last 2 months? What have you been doing? What did you do for Ellie?
Don't worry about it. Just use the money for Ellie. Is it enough for now?
I mean, yeah, of course it is. But I can't take that much money from you. I just don't understand. How did you save so much money in 2 months? Explain it to me or I won't take it.
The truth is, I went back to my old job when you told me about the cancer.
Your old job? You mean your job as a stuntman?
Yeah, that's it. An old friend in the industry told me about a well-paying job. It was risky, but worth it. Stuntmen are paid by the stunt, you see. The more dangerous the stunt, the more money you get.
But it was 3 years since you were a stuntman. Could you find work that fast?
I got on my knees and begged my old boss. I used to work for him, so he trusted me to do a good job. I mean, I still had to do a performance test, but he got me the test.
But wasn't 3 years off the job too long? You must be doing dangerous stunts for that kind of money. Getting hit by cars or jumping down staircases? Can you still remember how to do it all?
After retiring from it, I kept up with training. So, my body is still in good shape. There's still life in me yet. I mean, it still took about a month to get back up to scratch, but it wasn't so long. I was just focused on training for the first month. So I started saving from the end of last month.
To get that much money, you must have been doing super risky stunts. What did you do?
I was hit by a car over 10 times. I was burned alive 4 times.
Who wants that kind of thing recorded? It's sick. I can't believe it. This is a new level of dangerous. Is this the kind of thing you were doing before we got married? Why didn't you ever tell me?
You get $10,000 for being burned alive. I couldn't turn down that kind of money. It was a long time since I'd last done it, so I was really scared.
So the reason you left us was to return to that dangerous work and help Ellie? Why didn't you tell me?
I thought you'd try and talk me out of it.
Well, yeah, of course I would have.
Also, I thought if I asked for a divorce suddenly, then you'd hate my guts. I wanted you to hate me. If you hated me, then you wouldn't have been so hurt if anything happened to me. I wanted to ensure you didn't have to deal with my funeral or anything. If I was injured, you would have had to look after me. I was able to save a lot of money, but I gambled on getting out of it unscathed. I entrusted all my money to my stuntmen friends. I told them to give it to you if anything happened to me.
Wow, you thought that far ahead. Did you get injured? Are you okay?
There's not a scratch on me. Everyone was surprised and said to me that they didn't think I'd had a break from working as a stuntman.
Even if you did all that for Ellie, the way you left wasn't okay. I really hated you. I really thought you were an asshole that left their sick child behind.
I'm sorry. I thought that even if you despised me, it would be worth it. Either way, I want you to take the money.
No, I won't. Money alone isn't enough. It'll only be enough if you come home. You're who Ellie and I need the most right now.
But I must have hurt you so much. I wasn't with you when Ellie was being treated.
I mean, of course I have a problem with what you did. But whatever way you look at it, we didn't have any money. We didn't know when you would be able to find a job. I can understand that you had no other option. That said, I'm still angry at you for going off without talking to me first.
I'm sorry.
I know you're not a man of many words, but you should probably try talking a bit more now. Don't keep this to yourself. Talk to me. Come home right now. Let's go back to how we were before. It would have been better to keep the divorce papers rather than submitting them.
Are you sure it's okay for me to come home? I never thought I'd see you two again. You must have despised me.
Of course you're allowed to come home. Let's go see Ellie together. Joe, Ellie was just about forgetting your face. Ellie would be happy to see her father again. But you have to give her a very sincere apology.
Yes, of course.
What you did was so hurtful. But I'm glad you're coming back. I want to know what's going around in that head of yours.
I'll try to speak to you more. I'm coming home now. Should I pick up anything from the store on the way?
Pick up some beef on your way. I haven't had the energy to cook recently, so there's nothing in the house.
Got it. Are we having hamburgers for dinner?
Yeah, I thought I'd treat you. Although it's been 2 months since I asked you to pick up the beef. You're a bit late.
Sorry to keep you waiting for so long.
Don't think I'll be tipping for this kind of service. Anyway, I can't wait to see you. Joe had lost weight since being away. And when he got back, he looked like a kid who's in trouble in the schoolyard. I was fighting back the tears. He gave me a huge hug, and that's when the waterworks started. The hamburgers came out a little overcooked, but neither of us cared. Joe didn't only provide the money that we desperately needed, but he found a new job through a colleague. And this work wasn't dangerous, and he was a permanent employee with benefits. Everything really did turn out well. When Joe saw Ellie face to face in the hospital, he cried and apologized to Ellie so many times. After that, we were able to visit more often and spend more time as a family. Ellie's face lit up when she saw her dad again, and she seemed to regain some of her energy. The attending physician told us that since introducing the innovative treatment, Ellie's condition was improving, even after only a month. Ellie regained her strength as the treatment went on, and we got permission to leave the hospital for a day. So, we're planning to go to an amusement park as a family. Ellie's not over the fight against the cancer, but we'll get through it together as a family. Joe promised not to take on his problems alone. He promised to talk as a couple before making important decisions. I think that it might be good to put Joe on a leash so he doesn't pull anything like that again. But I really do think he'll continue to stick around. And the two of us will continue to support Ellie through her struggles with the cancer.